So good morning everyone. Let us discuss functions today. So we are discussing PHP personal homepage unit 4 of web technologies. In that we have a topic like functions. Till now what we have discussed. So we have started what is PHP. We have seen what are the variables, constant, what are the data types, what are the arrays we have, and how to create a PHP pages and how to run the PHP in Jam server. Then what are the different operators, data types, arrays, what are the different types of variables we have. So like this, what do you mean by objects? So like this, so on we have discussed. So today we will discuss what are the functions in PHP. So the next topic in unit 4, web technologies. Web technologies unit 4, which is nothing but a PHP, which is nothing but a personal home page, where we have discussed till now what do you mean by a variable, what do you mean by a constant, what do you mean by a data type, what do you mean by a operator, what do you mean by arrays, what do you mean by an object, then how to create PHP page, how to run PHP on Jam server. So these are all the topics we have discussed till now, and in today's class we are going to discuss what do you mean by functions. So let us see what are the different types of functions we have. So PHP functions. So the different types of functions supported by PHP are user defined functions, built-in functions. Built-in functions are also called as predefined functions, recursive functions, variable functions, callback functions. So today we are going to discuss what is a function and what are the different types of functions we have in PHP. So what is the first type one? User defined functions, predefined functions, recursive functions, variable functions, callback functions. So what is the point you should remember? Predefined function is also called as built-in functions. So built-in functions have the another name, predefined functions. So let us see one by one. So user defined functions. So first one is user defined functions. So in PHP, client will be there, server also will be there. As we discussed in the previous class, in PHP we will have a client mission and we will have a server mission also. So in PHP we will have a client mission and we will have a server mission also. This server will send the output to client in the form of response. So in PHP we have different types of functions. In that first one is user defined functions. User defined functions are generated by the user. In PHP we will have the client. In PHP we will have the server also. This server will send the output to the client in the form of response. So there if somebody define the functions, that are user defined functions. So we have user defined functions, built-in functions, recursive functions, variable functions, callback functions. In that first one is user defined function. So we will have a client mission, we will have a server mission. Server will send the output to client in the form of response. So when the client and server are in communication, when the client and server are transferring data, and when the server is going to send response to client, if for this purpose user define any function, those are called as user defined functions. So let us see. PHP allows us to create our own functions. if we are users, then we can create our own functions. So if we are the users, then we can create our own functions in PHP called as user defined functions. So if we are the users, then we can create our own functions in PHP. They are called as user defined functions. PHP will allow us to define our own functions. Syntax of a user defined function will be like this: function, function name, argument 1, argument 2 and so on, argument n. So code to execute, return value 1, braces close. So return statement is optional. If you have or not, there is no problem. Function can return only one value at a time. So what are the points you should remember? A function can return only one point at a time. Return statement is optional. If you want to have, you can have. So let us see. If we are the users of PHP, then we can create our own functions that are called as user defined functions. PHP will allow us to create our own functions. What will be the syntax of a function? Function, function name, argument 1, argument 2 and so on, argument n. We should have a code to execute. And output, I said output. So server should give output to client. So server should give output to client in the form of response. To generate this response, we have the return statement. If return statement is optional, if you want you can have, otherwise you don't have. So server should send output to client. That output is called as response. To generate response, we have the return statement. Return statement is optional and a function can return only one value at a time. So what we should remember? We are talking about PHP. In PHP we have the different types of functions. In that first one is user defined function. User defined functions are created by own users. Further we have the syntax. In the syntax we have the return statement. This return statement is optional. If you want to have, you can have. But why we are using this return statement? When server want to send output to the client in the form of response, to generate that response we need the return statement. But the return statement is optional. And one more point you need to remember, any function can return only one value at a time. So this return statement can return only one value at a time. So let us see the example. So if you see here, we have written the factorial program using functions. So let us see, you already know what is the code for the factorial function, right? So PHP we have started function, function name, arguments. So here the arguments is $n, which is a variable. So already code you know for finding a factorial of the number. If you want 5 factorial, which is nothing but n factorial, n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 and so on. So same formula only. Factorial code you already know, but we are using the concept of function here. That function is user defined function. So I have given the function name as factorial because I defined it. I am the user, I want the program for factorial, finding a factorial. So code for finding the factorial is same, but I am using the concept of function here. Since I am running the factorial program, I have named it as factorial function. So what is the syntax? Function, function name, parameters, arguments is the syntax. So see, here we have the syntax: function, function name, arguments. So here also function, function name, arguments. My argument is $n here, which is a variable. First I have initialized fact to 1. Then I have taken the for loop for incrementing the I value. And then what is the formula for factorial? Fact equal to fact into $i. So return fact. What output I want? Factorial. Return the fact I want. So n value is 5. So I have taken n value as 5 and I want to find the factorial of n. N factorial means 5 factorial. Means 5 into 5 minus 1 4 into 4 minus 1 3 into 3 minus 1 2 into 2 minus 1 1. This will be the formula. So initializing fact to 1, writing for loop and the factorial formula, Return statement is used for output and returning the fact. All these are same. So at last I am printing. Echo statement is used to print. So here echo statement is used to print the output. I am printing the factorial of $n. So $n is a variable where value of n is 5. I want 5 factorial, for that formula is this one. So I am writing the code in PHP. I have started the PHP program and I have ended the PHP code. Then I have defined my own function. I defined my own function factorial. So n is a variable, value of n is 5, I want to find the 5 factorial. Since I am doing the factorial program, I named the program as factorial, user defined function. This is the syntax of function. This and all is the code for finding the factorial. Echo statement is used to print the output. So return is to get the value from the program. So what will be the output of this program? 120. So 5 factorial equal to 120. This is the output of the program. So user defined functions, syntax, example for user defined function. I have find the 5 factorial 120 using user defined function. Next one, built-in functions. So what is the second one? Built-in functions. Built-in functions are also called as predefined functions. So built-in functions are also called as predefined functions. So let us see. PHP have the 700 built-in functions. So built-in functions or predefined functions. So predefined functions are already defined in the PHP. So we have 700 predefined functions. PHP offers several built-in functions to use in your code. Built-in functions are again divided into string manipulation functions, date and time functions, mathematical functions. So see here, in PHP there are more than 700 built-in functions. PHP will offer all these built-in functions for you to use in your code. These built-in functions, predefined functions, are again divided into 3 types: string manipulation functions, date and time functions, mathematical functions. Let us see one by one. So in PHP we have more than 700 predefined functions. Predefined functions are also called as built-in functions that are divided into 3 types: string manipulation functions, date and time functions, and mathematical functions. Let us see one by one. So the first one is string manipulation function. strlen, it will return the length of the string. Explode, it will break the string into an array. Implode, it join the array elements with the string. strpos, it will find the position of first occurrence of the string in any other string. strrepeat, it will repeat the string. strrew, it will reverse the string. So str is for string, len is for length. So this function, strlen function, generally function will end with the braces. So in any programming language, function will end with these braces. So str is the string, len is the length of the string, so we are ending it with the function. So strlen function is to length of the string, explode is to break the string into an array, implode function is to join the array elements into the string, strpos. str means string, pos means position. This symbol if we have means it is a function. So string position function. See, the string position function is to find the position of first occurrence of the string. String repeat is to repeat the string. String reverse is to reverse the string. So let us see some more string manipulation functions. We have 700 built-in functions. In that first one is string manipulation. So in that pin to x to convert a string of binary to hexadecimal. CHR returns the character from the ASCII value. Chunk split to split the string into a small parts. Chunk means piece of data. What is the meaning of chunk? Piece of data. Chunk, small piece. So chunk split means splitting the string into small parts. Convert CYR string So converts a string from Cyrillic character to another. CYR means Cyrillic character. So convert CYR string. To convert a string into CYR character set. Echo means output. See, echo is also a function. Echo function is used for output strings. So bin to X for converting ASCII character to hexadecimal. Char to return a character of ASCII value. Chunk split for dividing the string into small parts. Convert CYR string to convert the string into Cyrillic characters. Echo to print the output. So let us see some more string manipulation functions. Fprintf writes a formatted string to specified output string. HTML entity decode converts the HTML entities to character. HTML entities converts the character to HTML entities. See this one. LTRIM. LTRIM means deletes the white spaces from left side of the string. LTRIM. What it will do? It will delete the white space from left side of the string. Money format. Return the string format as a currency string. Print outputs a string. Printf outputs a formatted string. So let us see. Fprintf is to writes a formatted string to the specified output string. HTML entity decode converts the HTML entities to characters. HTML entities converts the characters to HTML entities. LTRIM. L is for left. So it will delete the white spaces from left side of the string. Money format returns a string format to currency string. Print for outputting a string. Printf for outputting a formatted string. So let us see some more string manipulation functions. Count chars returns how many types ASCII characters occurs within a string. RTRIM deletes the white spaces from right side of the string. SScanf parses the input form of string according to the format. STRI replaces some characters in the string. STR replaces some characters in the string. STR split will split the string into array. Very simple. Count chars to return how many types of ASCII characters we have in the string. RTRIM for to remove the white spaces from the right side of the string. SScanf parses the input from string according to the format. STR replace to replace some characters in the string. STRI replace to replace some characters in the string. STR split to split the string into arrays. So let us see some more string manipulation functions. So str word count counts the number of words in the string. Str case compare compares the two strings. Strchr find the first occurrence of string inside another string. Strcmp comparing two strings. Stripos returns the position of first occurrence of the string. So see, str word count to count the number of words in the string. Str case compare to compare the two strings. Strchr find the first occurrence of the string inside the another string. Strcmp string comparison. Stripos to return the position of the first occurrence of the string in another string. So these are the string manipulation functions. So let us see some more string manipulation functions. So str finds the occurrence of the string in another string. Str to lowercase convert the string into lowercase. Str to uppercase convert the string into uppercase. Str count to count the number of times string occurred. Substr replaces the part of string with another. Trim is used to delete the white spaces between both the sides. Trim function trim function is used to remove the white spaces on both sides. Ltrim is used to remove the left white spaces. Rtrim is used to remove the right side white spaces. So let us see some more string manipulation functions. UC first convert the first character of the string into uppercase. UC words Convert the first character of each word in the string into uppercase. VF printf writes a formatted string into specified output string. vprintf output a formatted string. Word wrap wrap a string to the given number of characters. So word wrap is the function used to wrap the string into desired number of characters. So built-in functions are also called as predefined functions. We have 700 predefined functions that are again divided into three types: string manipulation function, date and time function, mathematical functions. So first one is string manipulation function like string length, explode, implode, string position, string repeat, string reverse. Binary to hexadecimal conversion, counting the characters, chunk split, dividing the string into small parts, echo for printing the output. So conversions, printfs, trim functions, string replace, string split, string word count, string comparison, string position comparison. Then converting into lowercase, string to lowercase, string to uppercase, trim, converting the first word into uppercase, converting the first letter into uppercase, and finally word wrap. Word wrap is used to wrap the string into given number of characters, wrapping the string into given number of characters. Then the second one is date and time functions. So first one is date to display the local time and date. Second one is check date to validate the date. MK time, it returns the Unix time stamp and date. STR to type, it passes an English textual date or time into Unix time stamp. So STR is for string, TO to type. Why this function is used? String to time function is used to pass the English date and time into Unix time stamp. Date default time zone get. Date default time zone get to return the default time zone. Date default time zone set to set the default time zone. So in predefined functions, second category is date and time functions to display the date, to check the date, to return the Unix timestamp, to convert the English time and date to Unix timestamp. We have the function string to time, str string to time time. This function is used to convert the English date and time to Unix timestamp. And lastly, date default time zone get, date default time zone set. These two are used to return or set the default time zones. So some more date and time functions. Date sunrise. Date sunrise to return the time of sunrise for a given day and location. Date sunset to return the time of sunset in a day and location. Get date returns an array that contains current time and date information. Get time of the day returns an array that contains correct time information. GM date formats a GMT date. GMMK time returns the Unix timestamp from GMT. So these functions, date sunrise, date sunset, these are used to get the sunrise and sunset of a day and location. So next one, get date. It will give an array. In that array you will get all the different dates and days. So let us see some more date and time functions. IDate. IDate function is used to format a local time and date as an integer. Local time function will return the array. Local time function will return an array. In that array, the time of the components of Unix stamp we will have. So micro time returns the microseconds of the current time. STRF time formats the local time and date according to local settings. STRP time passes a time date generalized with STRF time. Time function will return the current time. So time is the function to get the current time. Micro time is the function to get the microseconds of current time. So see here, micro time is the function to return the microseconds of current time. Time is the function to get the current time according to Unix. So these are the date and time functions. So see here, second category in predefined functions is date and time functions. So date, check date, mk time, string to time, date default time zone get, date default time zone set, date of sunrise, date of sunset, get date, get time of the day, gm date, gm mk time, I date, local time, micro time, strf time, strp time. These are the date and time functions. So first one is string manipulation functions, second one is date and time functions, third one is mathematical functions. So what is the third category in predefined functions? Mathematical functions. So first one ABS, which will return the absolute value of a number. Second one COS, which will return the cosine value of number. COSH, which will return the hyperbolic cosine value. SIN, which will return the sine value. TAN, which will return the tan value. EXP, which will return the exponential value. EXPML, which will return the EX power minus 1 value. So some more mathematical functions. FMOD means F mod, which will return the modulo of division of arguments. E is infinite, which will return true if the value of an infinite number. E is nan, returns true if the value is not a number. So E is underscore nan. This function is used. E is underscore nan. This function will return you true if the value is not a number. Max function is used to know the highest value of specified numbers. Min function is used to know the lowest value of specified numbers. So F mod is used to return the modulo of division of numbers. So E is underscore nan function is used, is returned true if the value is not a number. If the value is not a number. So flooring function, seal function, round functions, to round off a number to the biggest number, to seal a number to the nearest integer, to floor a number to the nearest integer. Next, some more mathematical functions. Binary to decimal conversion, octal to decimal conversion, hexadecimal to decimal conversion, decimal to binary conversion, decimal to hexadecimal conversion, converting one base to another base. Base underscore convert. Base underscore convert is the function used to convert one base to another base. So converting binary number to decimal number, converting octal number to decimal number, converting hexadecimal number to decimal number, converting decimal number to binary number, converting decimal to hexadecimal. Finally, base underscore convert function is used to convert any given base to other base. So what we have seen till now? Functions. We have user-defined functions, built-in functions, recursive functions, variable functions, callback functions. In that, user-defined functions are defined by the users only. For that, we have seen the factorial example. Then, built-in functions are also called as predefined functions. These predefined functions are again divided into string manipulation, date and time mathematical functions. So, some examples of string manipulation functions. Some examples of date and time functions. Some examples of mathematical functions. Now, third one, recursive functions. So, same factorial program, finding the factorial of 5 using recursive function we are doing. So, see here. Now, we are talking about recursive functions. We have generated a variable n and value of the 10 we have taken as 5. Now we need to find 5 factorial. So n factorial equal to 5 factorial equal to 120. For this we have a formula n into factorial of n minus 1. So if n is a variable, n minus 1 also will be a variable. So n minus 1 also we should create as $n minus 1. So n is the variable, value of n is 5, we have to find 5 factorial. So n factorial equal to 5 factorial equal to 120. What is the formula we have? N into factorial of n minus 1 is the formula. If n is the variable and we created it as $n minus 1 also we should create as $n minus 1. So using recursive function, we are finding the factorial of n. So function name, factorial, arguments. If n equal to 1 or n equal to 0, then you should return 1. I am using the if statement. 1 factorial will be 1 only. 0 factorial also will be 1 only. So if n equal to 1 or n equal to 0, we should return 1. Return is used for output. Else, if n is not 1, n is not 0, then you have the formula for factorial. N into factorial of n minus 1. Value of n is 5. You should print the factorial of n. Simple. So we have to create a variable n. Value of n is 5. So variable n minus 1 also created. 5 factorial will be 120. For this we are using recursive function. For finding the factorial of number we are using recursive function. Why we are using recursive function? Formula for factorial is n into n minus 1. Factorial of n into factorial of n minus 1. So 5 factorial will be 5 into 5 minus 1 into 4 minus 1 into 3 minus 1 into 2 minus 1. Means 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, which is 120. So every time you should repeat 5 into 5 minus 1 into 4 minus 1 into 3 minus 1 into 2 minus 1. Every time you should perform recursion. So n value is 5. Return statement is used for printing the output. Echo is used for printing to display the output. So factorial of n is 120. Using if else loop we have displayed this. So using if else loop we have displayed this. If n value is 1 or n value is 0, we are directly returning the output as 1. N equal to 1 or n equal to 0, then n factorial value will be 1 only. If not that, if n is not 1 and n is not 0, then we have the formula n into factorial of n minus 1, using which we get the output 120. So this is the example for recursive function. Next one is variable functions. What is the next one? Variable functions. So first one is user defined functions, second one is predefined functions, third one is recursive function, fourth one is variable function. So variable function means a variable name has the parameters appended to it. So variable function means variable name will have the parentheses appended to it. PHP will look for a function with the same name as whatever the variable evaluates to, and will attempt to execute it. See, variable functions won't work with the language constructs such as echo, print, unset, isset, empty, include, require. So PHP will check if when you have created a function, if it is variable function, it will check whether the name existed somewhere else or not. And PHP functions will not work with the sum of the words like echo, print, unset, isset, empty, include and require. So let us see the examples for variable functions. See, what I wanted to tell you is variable functions are part of PHP. Using variable functions we can create some variable names also. PHP will check whether this function name and some other variable name is same or not. And we have some constraints that some variable names will not work with the words like echo, print, unset, isset, empty, include, require. With the echo, print, unset, isset, empty and include words, these variable names will not work. So let us see example for this variable function. See, in this you can see what is a variable function. So see here, we have created a PHP program. We have taken the function add, function name is add, and we created the variables $a and $b. So function name is add, addition, parameters are $a and $b. These parameters are variables also. Then I want to add this a and b and print the output. So that what is the addition of that? I am using the word sum. I am storing the addition of these two a and b. Value of A and B I have given 10 and 20. So this is the variable function. So call to undefined function sum on line 7. This sum function we are undefined. So this will get the output. This dollar at 1020 will be the variable function. So we cannot find the sum for dollar A and dollar B because this sum function is undefined. I have started the PHP program. I have taken the function. Function name is addition. I created two variables dollar A and dollar B, and I want to add these two variables. But for performing that addition, I have taken the help of sum, which is undefined. So we dollar add 10, 20 will be the variable function, but the sum is undefined, so we cannot perform the addition. Sum is undefined, so we cannot perform the addition. So let us see one more example. What is a variable function? So see this example. Here we will get the output 30 because adding dollar A and dollar B, good. You should add that using the sum function. Sum is also a function, that is also good. Value of dollar A and dollar B are 10 and 20, that is also good. Here you have declared the function sum. So this 10 value dollar A will be taken, 20 value dollar B will be taken. Sum equal to add. Adding means dollar A and dollar B. Adding dollar A and dollar B. So we will get the output 30. In this example, we will get the output 30 using variable function. But in the previous example, we can't get the answer 30. In this example also, we are using variable function only. But we cannot get the answer as 30 because sum function is undefined. But in this example, sum function is defined. So if we are using variable function also, we can get the output 30. So let us see. The fourth type of functions is variable functions. In this we are going to create some variable names also. We should see whether variable names and variable function names are matching or not. Because some variable functions will not work with echo, print, unset, isset, empty, include, required. So for that I am creating a variable function, just addition of two numbers. I want to add two numbers 10 and 20. I want to get the output 30. For that I have written a PHP program. But in this program the function name is add. But undefined function is there sum. That's why we cannot add the 10 and 20. But in the next example we can add these two numbers. But in this example function name dollar $A, dollar $B are the arguments variables also. I want to add these two. For that I have the function like sum. This sum is already defined here. And the variables are 10 and 20. So this 10 and 20 are taken into add. Add is taken into sum. In sum we have dollar $A and dollar $B. So we are performing dollar $A plus dollar $B. We will get the output 30. So 10 and 20 are inside add. Add is inside sum. Sum is a function. In that function the arguments are dollar $A and dollar $B. For that we are performing addition. So we got the output 30 even though if you are using a variable function. This is the example for variable function. Next one, callback functions. Callback function refers to a function that is passed to another function so that the second function can call it. Callback function refers to a function that is passed to another function so that the second function can call it. So user defined function, callback function. Sum is a callback function to the user defined function add. So see this example. So we have user defined functions. We have predefined functions. We don't have any problem with this predefined function, so leave that. We have user defined functions. We have variable functions also. So we have some issue with these variable functions and user defined functions. Now we have the concept of callback functions. So what do you mean by callback function? It is a function that is passed into another function so that the second function can call this first callback function. So first we are having user defined function. User defined function is add, because function name add. So user defined function is add. So I have a callback function. That callback function is sum. So in the previous examples when we are discussing about variable function, if sum function is defined, then only we got the output 30, 10 plus 20. So in the previous slide we discussed about variable function. While discussing about variable function, a value equal to 10, b value equal to 20, I should get the sum value as 30. If sum function is also defined, then only I am getting the output 30. If sum function is not defined, with the add function alone, I will not get the output 30. So, I want to add $a and $b. Add is the user defined function. That I am calling here as a variable function or as a callback function. That callback function is sum. This sum will call back this user defined function. Sum is the callback function and this sum will call back the user defined function add. According to our statement, one function should call the another function. So sum is the callback function which will call the user defined function. So according to our definition of callback function, one function is passed into another function so that the second function will call the first function. So here sum is the callback function, add is the user defined function. So this add will call this sum or this sum will call back the add. So this is the example for callback function. So here we have a variable function. In this example, sum is not defined, so we did not get the output 30. In this particular example, sum is the undefined function, so we did not get the output 30. In this particular example, sum is defined, so we got the output as 30. This is the example for variable function. Likewise, we have callback functions, which are used to call back some other function. So here, callback function is sum, user defined function is add. This sum will call back the add function also. Let us see the example. So let us see the example and answer will differ here. So function is sum. There I have $a and $b. I want to add this $a and $b. So I have a function add and I am adding $a and $b. Till here, and the values of $a and $b are 10 and 20. So 10, 20 we have taken, 10, 20 we are adding. So till here the output is 30. But we have sum. Sum is a callback function. This will again call back your add. So a plus 1, b plus 1 we have here. So this will again call back to the function a plus 1, 10 plus 1, b plus 1, 20 plus 1, 11 plus 21, 32 will be the output. So this is how output changes. See, initially we have add 10, 20. So this add 10, 20 is done and $a, $b we are going to print. So 10, 20 added and 30 we should print. But sum is the callback function. This callback function will again be called back by the add. In sum we have $a plus 1, $b plus 1. $a plus 1, $b plus 1 we have in the sum function. In the sum function we have $a plus 1, $b plus 1. This sum is the callback function. This sum is the callback function. So in the add we have $a, $b. Add is a function where we have the $a comma $b. So adding $a 10 plus 20, we should get output 30. But this add is a user defined function. Sum is a callback function. This callback function will again call back add. Then here a plus 1, b plus 1 we should do. Means 10 plus 1, 20 plus 1, where we get the output 32. So that is the difference. You can see here user defined function and callback function. Sum is a callback function, add is a user defined function. So in this particular program we get the output 32 because of callback function. Callback function. So see here, plus is the callback function, add is the user defined function. Same example. For this example, this is written like this. So what we have here, function add, which is a user defined function. So function plus, which is a callback function. So in this example, plus is a callback function. In this example, plus is a callback function and add is a user defined function. So add is the user defined function, plus is the callback function. See here, $a plus 1 and $b plus 1 are done in the sum. This sum is nothing but plus. Plus is nothing but a callback function. So $a plus b is done. Initially we have taken the function add and the arguments are $a comma $b. Add is a user defined function. But sum is also defined. Sum is also nothing but plus, and plus is nothing but a callback function. So then we have $a plus $b, but in the sum we have $a plus 1 and $b plus 1. So for again add will again call back by plus, and we have to perform $a plus 1 and $b plus 1. That's why the output will change. So that's why the output will change to 32. See here. So function is plus. Plus is a callback function. You want to perform $a plus $b. A and b values are 10 and 20. This plus is a function which is a callback function. This is initialized to sum. Sum is also a function. In sum we have $a plus 1, $b plus 1. Add is also a user defined function. This $a plus 1 and $b plus 1 will be again called by plus callback function. So what is $a plus 1? 10 plus 1. What is $b plus 1? 20 plus 1. By adding these two we will get the output 32. So this is about the functions. Let us see once. This is about the callback function. So from the beginning let us see once. So we have started the concept of functions today. We have different types of functions like user defined functions, built-in functions, recursive functions, variable functions and callback functions. User defined functions are defined by the user. For that we have a syntax, function, function name, arguments, code and return value. Return is the optional, and a function can return only one value at a time. Example of factorial program where 5 factorial is 120. Next is built-in functions, which is also called as predefined functions. These are divided into 3 types: string manipulation functions, date and time functions, mathematical functions. So we have seen some examples of string manipulation functions, and we have seen some examples of date and time functions, and we have seen some examples of mathematical functions. See, pi is to return the value of pi. POW is to return the value of power of x and y. SQRT is to return the square root of a value. RAND is to return the random integer. LOG is to return the natural logarithm. So PIA is to return the pi value, POW is to return the power value, SQRT is to return the square root number, RAND is to return the random integer, LOG is to return the random natural number. These are the mathematical functions. So next we have seen what is a recursive function. Example of recursive function also factorial only. Next, variable functions, where we should check whether the variable names and function names are matching or not. And example is addition of two numbers where the sum function is not defined. So we will not get the output because the sum function is not defined. In the next example, sum function is defined and the variable function also we have. So add is the variable function here. Add is the variable function in this example. So we got the output as 30. So in this particular example, add is variable function. So in this particular example, add is the variable function, but sum function also defined. So we got the output as 30. So next concept is callback functions. So callback functions is used. It is a function which is used to call. Callback function is a function which is passed to another function, so that the second function can call it again. So we have the user-defined function and we have the callback functions. In this example, sum is the callback function, add is the user-defined function. So output will change here. We get the output as 32 because in the sum statement we have $a plus 1 and $b plus 1, means 10 plus 1, 20 plus 1, 32. So same example, one more example we are taking here. Here we have three functions. Add, sum, plus. So plus is a callback function, sum is a variable function, add is a user-defined function. So in this particular example, add is user-defined function, sum is variable function, plus is callback function. So in this example we have add, which is a user defined function, sum, which is a variable function, plus, which is a callback function. So let us see the example. Here also we will get the output 32 because sum is defined to plus, plus is a callback function. In plus we have $a plus $b, means 10 plus 1 and 20 plus 1, where the output is 32. Where the output is 32. So we have discussed about the functions. We have one more topic in unit 4. If we discuss the last topic of unit 4, if we discuss one more topic, which is the last topic, unit 4 will be completed. So functions, different types of functions, examples, and in the final example, what is the callback function, what is the variable function, and what is the user defined function in the same example. So in this example, plus is the callback function, add is the user defined function, sum is the variable function. Because we have plus we defined to sum, and in the sum we have the arguments like $a plus 1 and $b plus 1. So we will get the output as 32. So in one more class, if we discuss last topic, unit 4 of web technologies will be completed. Today we discussed about functions. Thank you.
Okay, madam.